Pay attention to the quality of your breathing today. And wherever it is, if it's fast, slow, heavy, light, seek to lengthen and deepen your breath. Deep, full breathing. Beginning the practice now of naming your breath. As you inhale, say to yourself silently, breathing in. And as you exhale, say to yourself silently, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. You can keep your eyes closed or softly open them as you interlace hands in front of you. Inhale, sweep arms up and overhead. Exhaling, hinging at elbows, bring palms behind your head. Relax your shoulders. Inhale, hands rise. Exhale, return back down. A few more times, shoulder vinyasa. Inhale, sweep arms up. Exhaling, hinge. Relax shoulders. Inhale, hands rise. Exhaling, lowering back down. One more full cycle. Feel free to follow your own breath. You don't have to move at class today through my pace. Most important thing is to pay attention to your breathing. That's going to guide your practice. Take your left hand down to the mat. Sweep right arm up and overhead. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, hinge at the hip. Feel a stretch, a lengthening along the left side of your body. If at any time during practice you notice that your breath is not deep and full, you want to come back just a little bit out of whatever you're doing. And wait till it's deep and full to move on. Good, drop from low belly, come back to center. Opposite hand to the mat, sweep top arm up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinging to the right this time. Notice length of bowing up through the left side of your body. Allow your head to be heavy. Drawing up from low belly, come back to center. With your legs as you're crossed right here, simply begin to hinge at your hips, walk hands forward. Make this a gentle forward fold. It's our first of class, so there's no need to push or force. Each inhale, imagine you lengthen your spine a little bit more. Spine stays long, lengthening. Sense your shoulder blades drawing together, sliding down your back. Inhale, walk hands back to center. And then switch the orientation of your feet. Breathing in, exhaling, hinging. Walk hands forward. Again, lengthen spine and be gentle here. Attention on your breath. Inhale, walk your hands back up, and then mindfully helping yourself into all fours with the crown of your head facing up towards the top of your mat. Build a strong all fours position. Palms are wide. Press down through shins and tops of the feet. Draw your lower navel up towards your spine. Inhale, round up right between the shoulder blades. Exhaling, lengthening. Inhale, round up right between your shoulder blades. And then exhaling, heart center moves towards the front of the room. Cat's breath vinyasa, one more time. Inhale, round up between the shoulder blades. And exhaling, heart lengthens. Come back to a neutral spine. Inhale, turn your toes. Send your hips back and up into downward facing dog. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. You can pedal your feet here. As you bend one knee, notice the lengthening along the back of the opposite leg. Weight shifts back towards your heels. Attention on your breath. Then come to stillness. In your downward facing dog, allow a micro bend in knees. Inhale, come high to toes. Step or walk to the top of your mat into a forward fold. Let your head be heavy. Bend your knees here, especially in these first forward folds to lengthen in hamstrings. You can leave hands down to the mat or reach for elbows if you like a little more traction along your spine. Breathe, let your head be heavy. You have hold of elbows, release that now. Inhale, lift from low belly, lead with your heart. Come all the way up into standing at the top of your mat. Gaze lifted. Inhale, sweep arms up and overhead. Exhaling, hinging at hips, fold forward. Drop, lengthening your spine. Exhale, step back into downward facing dog. We'll start to move through our sun salutation. And I'll give you two options here. Since I can't see you, I'm not sure how you'll transition up into a high lunge. So if you want to just glance at your screen for a second, I'll show you both options. The first option is to come high to toes, and you'll step your right foot straight up into a high lunge. If that's not available for you today, please know that you can come through all fours. So you would simply lower your knees, and then from here, step your right foot up and we'll meet in the low lunge. So two options. If you came out of downward facing dog, let's meet back there. Connect back with your breathing. Say to yourself silently, breathing in and breathing out. And then transitioning your stage up to the top of your mat, high lunge, and then we'll meet in a low lunge, lower to knee, top of back foot, spine long. Lifting from low belly, sweep arms up, bring palms together, exhale, hinge. Inhale, hands rise, exhale, return back down to low lunge. Turn your back toe, lift your knee, exhale, step back plank or push-up position. Feel the strength of your core. Inhale, lower knees. Keep elbows close to the body as you come down to your belly for Cobra, Bhujangasana. Breathe, inhale, turn toes. Press back through all fours and up into downward facing dog. And just please know that if I have anybody on the call today who has been practicing yoga for a while, or you're a more advanced practitioner, please feel free to take other stages that I don't offer, really making this practice your own. We'll take the other side. This time, left foot steps up, high lunge, lower to knee, top of back foot. Lift from low belly, sweep arms up, bring palms together, exhale, hinge. Inhale, hands rise, return back down to low lunge. Turn your back toe, lift knee, exhale, step back plank. Legs are really strong, core draws in towards spine. Lowering knees, elbows close to the body as you come to your belly for Cobra. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, lift. Turning toes, press back through all fours and up, downward facing dog. Inhale, come high to toes. Step or walk up to the top of your mat into a forward fold. Head is heavy once again. Reach for elbows if you like traction in your spine, or hands come to the mat. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. Remembering to bend the knees, especially for tight hamstrings. Good. Lift from low belly, lead with your heart. Come all the way back up into standing. Top of the mat, gaze lifted. Bringing your hands to your hips. You'll shift your weight and then bend your left knee. Thigh comes parallel as we move into a balance. Remember to breathe, relax your shoulders. Lower your foot back to the mat. This time, just take a moment first to build from the ground up. Legs are strong, relaxing shoulders. Set your gaze eye level or a little bit above. Moving with your breath. Inhale, shifting weight. Exhale, lift the opposite leg. Thigh parallel. Keep both feet engaged, lift and spread toes. Continuing to breathe, exhale, lower back down. to the mat. You're at the top of the mat. Inhale, sweep arms up and overhead. Hinging at hips, fold forward. Drawing up halfway, length along your spine. Exhale, step back into downward facing dog. Come high to toes, lower your knees, all fours. Strong all fours. Keep your spine long. Lower navel draws up towards your spine to support low back. Shift weight to the right. Extend your left leg back behind you with the toes turned under. So I'm not quite sure if you can see it completely. My back toes are on the mat right now. My leg is really strong. Keep your hips square towards the mat. As you breathe on an exhale, simply lift the back leg. Your hips in the same alignment. Inhale, exhale, draw knee in towards chest. Round up through your upper spine, then inhale, send the leg back. We'll move that dynamically. Inhale, draw everything in, round up through upper spine. Exhaling, send the leg back. Breathe. Once or twice more. Inhale, move. Exhale, move. Breathing in and breathing out. Good, your back leg is strong. Release it down to the mat. Round up between the shoulder blades. Exhaling, lengthening. Draw back up, round up right between the shoulder blades. And exhale, lengthen. Come back to a neutral spine. Lower navel draws up towards low back. And then come onto your forearms, interlace your fingers. Your elbows are about shoulder distance apart. If you're not sure what that is, you can wrap your hands around your upper arms. Gives you a good idea. My spine is long. Sense an awareness of drawing your lower navel up towards your spine, and then exhale, step your left and right foot back into dolphin plank. Hips are low. Breathe. Chin draws in, lengthen the back of your neck. One more full breath cycle. And release to knees. Bring your hands back to the mat to all fours. Stable all fours. Round up through upper spine. Exhaling, float hips to your heels. Drop from low belly. Inhale back up, round between the shoulder blades. Exhaling, hips to heels. Wave-like motion along your spine. One more time. Great place to reconnect with your breath if you lost it or your breath became anything other than deep and full. You can come right back. Good. We'll shift weight this time. Extend your right leg back behind you. Toes turned under. Leg is strong. Notice any tendency to want to open the hips a little bit. Keep hips squared towards the mat. Lifting from low belly. On an exhale, allow the back leg to lift. Breathe. And then inhale, draw everything in, round up through upper spine. Exhaling, send it back. Inhale, draw in, round up through upper spine. Exhaling, leg moves back. Breathing in, breathing out. A few more times. Good, attention on breath. To extend this last time, come back to all fours. Inhale, turn toes, send hips back and up, downward facing dog. Come high to toes, step or walk up to the top of your mat into a forward fold. Your head is heavy. Bending knees, you can reach for elbows. If you have hold of elbows, release that now. Inhale, lift from low belly, lead with your heart. Come all the way back up into standing. Your gaze is lifted. Bring your hands to your hips. Shift weight to the right. Take a wide quarter turn to the left. So feet should be 3.5, 4 feet wide. And your right toes are pointed to the top of the mat, left toes towards long edge. You're gonna have a micro bend in this front knee. Just notice that if you do bend it a little bit, it's moving towards your second toe. Extend your arms up shoulder level, palms facing down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge. We'll move into triangle, Utthita Trikonasana. Lower bottom arm, top arm sweeps up. Put tension on your breathing and notice particularly lots of length along the left side of your body. Breathe. Back leg is strong. Press down through the sole of the left foot. Drawing up from low belly, inhale, come back to center, hands to your hips. Take your feet parallel, and then left toes to the back of your mat. Realign low body, arms sweep up shoulder level. Feel the tops of your shoulders relax away from your ears. Lengthening spine, exhale, hinge. Lower bottom arm, top arm sweeps up. For triangle, Utthita Trikonasana, really press into the sole of the left foot as you continue to lean back and into your own spine. Say to yourself silently, breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, come back up. Hands to your hips, feet parallel, and then begin to hinge at your hips and fold forward. Take several breath cycles to come all the way down into your version of the forward fold. Let your head be heavy. Notice here too that weight often wants to try to shift back towards your heels. Draw it forward slightly so your weight is balanced on the soles of your feet. You can shake your head yes or no if you notice tightness, tension. And simply breathe. Notice the strength of your low body. Thigh bones draw in, bring hands to hips, lift from low belly, lead with your heart, come all the way back up. If your stance became wide, you may want to pivot heels and toes to shorten it, right toes to the top of your mat. Come to the toes of your back foot into a high lunge. Notice this back leg is really strong. Pressing down through the back heel. Inhale, exhale, step up into standing. Good, so stay at the top of your mat. I'll shift, it might make it a little bit easier for you to see me if I face you. Shifting weight, step back with your left foot about 2.5 feet. Notice if you feel stable, you can take this wider for more stability, hands on hips, and then sweep your left arm up right in line with ear. And hinge right at the right hip crease. Sometimes helps me to put my fingertips right at the hip crease to alert where I'm moving from. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, hinge. Just pause about a quarter or halfway. Keep elbow, upper arm right in line with ear. Drawing up from low belly, come back to center. Now, if when you do this, you notice any sensation in your low back, please lower your hands and do both hands at hips. That's a nice stage for this too. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, hinge. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, draw back up from low belly. Breathing in, breathing out. This next time as you fold forward, let yourself fold completely forward. So your hands might come to thighs, to shins, maybe all the way to the ground as your head is heavy. Breathe again. Notice strength down the back left leg. Keeping it strong. You stay right where you are. I'm just shifting so you can see me a little better. My back leg is strong. If your hands are not at your mat right now, maybe bend your front knee enough so that your fingertips can come to the mat. Lengthen your spine. So just feel yourself drawing back and in. You're supporting your own torso. Chin draws in. Begin to walk fingertips forward as you shift weight into your right foot. Inhale, exhale, back leg lifts for warrior three, Virabhadrasana 3. It's quite all right to bend the supporting knee here. And you can practice any stage of warrior three. So maybe you experiment with hands lifting, or keep both hands on the mat, your choice. Keep the back leg really strong. Attention on your breath. And mindfully lowering your back leg, ground through the sole of the back leg, fold forward, release for a moment, head heavy. And as you press through the sole of the back foot, bring hands to hips, lift from low belly, lead with your heart, come back up. Toes of back foot, inhale, come up into standing, top of the mat. Then we'll take the other side. So you'll shift weight, step back with the opposite foot, 2.5 feet this time. Again, notice your base. You can step laterally for more stability. Sweep right arm up, right in line with your ear. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge. Only fold as far forward as you're able to keep your arm right in line with your ear. Draw up from low belly, come back to center. You'll notice I'm not even halfway folded forward when I do this to maintain the alignment and integrity of my spine. Draw back up from low belly. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw back up. This next time as you hinge, you can fold forward completely. So hands either to thighs, to shins, or your version. You can let your spine round, head heavy. Feel a nice stretch along the back of your left leg. Press to the sole of the back foot, the right foot especially. So keep it really strong. Super important in this next transition that you keep the back leg strong. We'll begin to move into warrior three. Bend the front knee enough that your hands can come to the mat. Lean back and into your own spine so you're supporting your torso once again. Shifting weight into left foot, exhale, back leg lifts. Feel it move from low belly. Good, any stage of warrior three, Virabhadrasana 3. Maybe hands come to low back or extend. Straight up and overhead or to the mat, your choice. Listen to your breath. It will tell you what is needed for you today. Deep and full. Mindfully lower the back leg. Reestablish the intense side stretch. Fold over your leg for just one moment. Release neck, shoulders. Leaning back and into your own spine. Back leg strong, hands to hips, lift from low belly, lead with your heart. Come all the way up. Inhale, toes of back foot. Come up into standing, top of the mat. Your gaze is lifted. Bring your hands to your heart center for just one moment. Close your eyes. Notice the quality of your breathing. Seek to lengthen and deepen your breath. Deep, full inhales. Deep, full exhales. So a reminder, the most advanced yogi or yogini is not who can do all the poses, but it's he or she who can really maintain the deep and full breath no matter what happens in their practice. Keeping nervous system calm. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. Bring your hands to your hips as you open your eyes. Inhale, shift weight to the left. Bend the right knee, thigh comes parallel. This is one stage of this balance. Next stage, bring fingertips to your knee. Maybe you help guide the knee out to the side. Then draw back in. So a reminder in these balance poses, it's actually good to be shaky or even to fall out of it a little bit. Come back into standing. We'll prepare for the other side as you lift your gaze, shoulders relaxed. Inhale, shifting weight. Bend your left knee, thigh comes parallel. My teacher often reminds me, if you don't wiggle or wobble or fall out of a balance, then it may be possible that you're not challenging yourself enough, right? Staying safe. Bring left hands to the knee. And so that falling out is just a sign that you're playing your edge and really challenging yourself to the next level. And don't we all want that? Good. Come back to center. Release the knee. Bring your hands back to your hips. Inhale, exhaling, hinge, fold forward. Hands come down to the ground. Inhale, lengthening your spine. Exhale, step back into downward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Sense the space right beneath your belly button as it draws up towards your spine. Shoulder blades draw together, a slight broadening in upper back. Shift weight to the left. Extend your right leg back behind you, hip level. Leg is strong. And then lower, return right leg back to the mat. Reestablish your alignment, broaden it through upper back, lower navel to spine. Shifting weight, feel your leg move as an extension of your low belly. Left leg lifts. Attention on your breath, breathing in, breathing out. Lower your left leg back down to the mat. Roll forward into plank, push-up position, and then bend your knees. Come all the way down onto your belly. So I can tilt my camera here to make sure you can see me, and let your forehead rest on your mat. As you're down on your mat, bring your hands chest level, and even build strength here. So notice if right away when you lay down, everything just kind of blah. Press through tops of feet, legs are strong. My elbows are pointed up towards the sky. So even my arms are engaged, and lower navel draws up towards my spine, so my low back is very supported. So you keep your forehead to the mat. Your neck is even in alignment. And breathe. Inhale, interlace hands at your sacrum. With your legs strong, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, begin to lift torso up and off the mat. So you may actually find here that your forehead stays on the mat if that's your stage. Maybe just imagine what it would feel like to begin to lift. Lifting from the front of your spine, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lift. Chin draws in, lengthen back of neck. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, lift from low belly. Good, unwind, come back down to forehead, release hands to your side. Any place that's comfortable for you, and take your head to the left or the right side. And this time you can truly just relax a little bit. Notice any tension and tighten shoulders or neck. Imagine you could send your breath right to that space. As you continue to breathe deeply and fully, take your head to the opposite side, just moving mindfully. Our heads are really heavy, and sometimes we just whip them around, not paying attention to the small muscles in our neck that help support. Lifting from the front of your spine, bring forehead back to the mat. Palms come chest level. Legs are strong. Inhale, turn your toes. Press back through all fours and up. And all fours, round up between the shoulder blades. Exhaling, lengthening. Inhale, round up between the shoulder blades, and exhale, lengthen. Good, turn toes, send hips back and up, downward facing dog. Come high to toe, step or walk up to the top of your mat into a forward fold. Your head is heavy. Lifting from low belly, lead with your heart. Come all the way back up into standing. Gaze is lifted at the top of your mat. And as you're in standing, sweep your arms up and overhead, right in line with ears. You'll shift your weight to the left and bring your right foot back behind you, toes to the mat. So all my weight is still in my front left foot. The back leg is strong, however. And as you sense or feel one long line of energy from fingertips down through the sole of the back foot, maybe experiment right now with what it would be like to start to hinge at the left hip and the back leg lifts just a little bit. You can play with any stage. Maybe your toes never leave the mat. Maybe they come up just an inch or half an inch. Or maybe if you feel stable, you move all the way into a Warrior 3 variation. But don't make it so much about the Warrior 3. Make it just as much about just experimenting with what that would feel like and maintaining your alignment deep in full breaths. Gaze lifted. Then lower your leg if it's lifted. Hands come back down to your sides. Step your right foot up to your left and take a cleansing breath. Breathe in through nose, out through mouth. We'll prepare to take this variation of Warrior 3 to the other side. Shifting weight slightly to your right. Bring the left toes back behind you. So again, all my weight is in my right leg still, but your back leg's strong, just as if it was weight bearing. Sweep arms up right in line with ears. Sense or feel one long line of energy. Fingertips down through the sole of your foot. Next stage, optional to begin to hinge at the right hip. Just experiment. Make this a little playful. More of a curiosity of just seeing what it would feel like to begin to lift the back leg. Any stage or option of Warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3. Keep your attention on your breathing. Most important part of your practice. Deep and full breaths. And we'll mindfully come out as you lower your leg if it's lifted, hands back down to your sides. Inhale, sweep arms up and overhead. Exhaling, hinging your hips, fold forward. Hands all the way down to the mat, lengthening your spine. Exhale, step back into downward facing dog. Come high to toes, lower your knees, all fours. Round up right between the shoulder blades and exhale, float your hips back to your heels. Drop from low belly. Inhale, come back up to all fours. Turn toes, send knees back and up, downward facing dog. Breathing in, breathing out. Take these few poses just a few more times. Move and breathe. Move and breathe. Wave-like motion along your spine. And then you'll find yourself back into a comfortable child's pose for you. So you might want to take your knees a little wider. You may want to make a pillow for your forehead with your hands. That's a nice variation of this child's pose. And just a reminder, you don't have to set your hips all the way back to your heels. You may find in child's pose that it's easier for you to have your feet turned under. The main place is you just want to find a place where you can relax and release, especially in your low back, neck, and shoulders. Notice the quality of your breathing. And wherever it is right now, seek to lengthen and deepen your breath. Say to yourself silently, breathing in and breathing out. If your hands are not up and overhead, please take them up there now. Drawing up from low belly, come back all the way to all fours. And then take your hips to either, or your feet to either side of your hips. Come back onto seated on your mat. If you have any sensation in your low back generally, or you're super tight in your hamstrings, I would encourage you to roll up the back of your mat, or you could prop your hips if you happen to have a pillow nearby or something. That's really supportive when you're in seated to give you that space in your hamstrings. Extend your legs out in front of you. Inhale, sweep arms up and overhead. Exhale, hinge, arms come out wide, fold forward. Inhale, draw back up. Exhale, hinge. Inhale, hands rise. Exhale, hinge. Breathing in, exhale. This time as you hinge, lower your hands to thighs or shins, just wherever they might fall for you. And even once you feel like you're static, each inhale, imagine you can lengthen your spine just a little bit more. Breathing in, breathing out. Drawing up from low belly, come back to center. Draw your right knee in. Let your knee come out wide, and you can have your foot at either calf or inner thigh, just whatever is most comfortable for you. My left leg is extended, foot is active. Take a slight twist towards your extended leg, and then exhaling, begin to hinge, fold forward here. For Janu Shirshasana, head to knee pose. Each inhale, lengthen your spine a little more to create space. Make it just as much about the alignment of your body as it is where you're going. And just know that in forward folds, ideally you, like your belly makes contact first before the rest of your spine. So it's truly like an alignment of your spine folding forward, belly first, and then the rest of it. If that doesn't make sense, don't worry about it. You'll keep practicing, it'll come. Draw back up from low belly, back to center. Help your knee towards the sky, and then extend right leg. This time left knee bends in and falls out wide, calf or inner thigh. Shifting weight slightly towards your lengthening leg. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, begin to hinge, fold forward. Continue to breathe deep and full. With each inhale, imagine you can lengthen spine just a little bit more. Drawing back up from low belly. Inhale, come back to center. Bring your right foot in to meet your left. Feet together for bound angle pose. You can take hands, my hands are either around my feet, ankles, or calves. Folding forward here. Again, and really pay attention to the length of your spine as you fold forward. Relax, shoulders down away from your ears. Draw from low belly, come back to center. This time make your diamond a little wider. And if your hips aren't already at the center of your mat, please move there now. Then use your hands and arms to come all the way down to your back. With feet pressing together for recline bound angle pose. Your hands might like to be at low belly, or if you'd like to open in your shoulders a little more, take them up and overhead. Let gravity do the work here. There's no need to force or push anything. Notice the quality of your breathing. Seek to lengthen and deepen your breath. Say to yourself silently, breathing in, breathing out. If your arms are up and overhead, bring them back down to your sides. Use your hands to help your knees towards the sky. Walk your feet in a little more closely to your hips. Your hands are at your sides, palms facing down. Scooping tailbone, begin to lift hips up into bridge. Setu Bandha Sarvangasana. If you notice a lot of pressure in the shoulders, I'd encourage you to take and if you energetically pull your heels in towards your hips. So you can see I'm not really moving my feet at all, but it's an energetic squeezing that helps distribute force along the length of your body. Coming high to toes, exhale, roll back down one vertebra at a time. Let's take dynamic bridge. Inhale, scoop tailbone, lift hips up. You can add in the arms or leave arms to your side. Come high to toes, roll back down. To make this as gentle as you'd like it to be, following your breath. Again, you don't need to move with me. As you come high to toes, roll back down. You can move with your own breath, whatever its pace is. Breathing in, breathing out. One more time. Wave-like motion along your spine. So good for the health of your spine. Drawing knees in towards your chest. Place your hands on your knees and rock to the left and the right. Maybe make a few circles on the ceiling with your knees. And press your knees away, draw them back in. And then allow your knees to come in towards your chest. Extend your arms out, shoulder level, palms facing down. Scooping tailbone, exhale, take knees towards right upper arm. Recline spinal twist. You can glance out over left fingertips. Remember to breathe deeply and fully here. So if at any point you notice that your breathing's not, you want to come back up a little bit out of the twist so that you can breathe completely fully. Drawing up from low belly, come back to center. Breathing in, exhaling, twisting. Glance out over opposite arm if you'd like to move the twist up your cervical spine. Drawing up from low belly, come back to center. Take your feet to the mat. Notice low back drawing down towards the earth. Draw right knee in towards your chest. Right ankle over left thigh for reclined pigeon. You can stay here pressing knee away for a more relaxed version of the pose, or drawing the left thigh in to deepen the stretch a little bit along the back and side of your hip. Remember to engage your feet, lift and spread toes. You notice that my feet are very active. This supports your ankles and knees. A great way to practice pigeon. And opening in the hip. Keep attention on your breathing. It's easy to lose that sometimes when we go to our back. We might go a little dull. Unwind. Notice any differences in the sides of your body. And take the other side. Left foot draws in, left ankle over right thigh. Again, for a more like yin or restorative version of this pose, you'd simply press the knee away. Or if you'd like to deepen the stretch, right thigh in. Continuing to breathe. And come out of this just as mindfully as you went in, feet to the mat. Take a moment to check in with your body and just see if anything is needed before we take Shavasana. So maybe you'd like to draw your knees in and make circles again, or happy baby. Please know that nothing is required or even needed. You've had a full, complete practice, but just a few moments of space. I'm going to come up. You'll stay laying down for anything you might need. This is also a good time if you'd like to reach for anything you had nearby that you use for Shavasana. If you had an eye pillow or a blanket, you can reach for that. So I have class again on Wednesday. Same Zoom code I'm going to use all throughout this time that we're not able to come together at the gym. So I hope you'll join me Wednesdays at 6:30 and then next Saturday at 11:15 too. As you bring your personal practice to a close, allow your legs to extend out the length of your mat. Hands are at your sides, palms facing up. Please join me with a cleansing breath. Breathe in through nose, out through mouth. Bring your attention to the soles of your feet. Let them be heavy. Your legs are heavy. Hips, torso. Feel your upper body completely supported by the mat beneath you. Relax your arms, hands, shoulders and neck. Let your teeth part slightly and soften the muscles around your eyes. There's nothing to do, nowhere to be. Your body begins to integrate the benefits of your practice. Simply sense the rise and the fall of your breathing. Notice the sounds around you. And wherever you are mentally, draw your attention back to your breathing. Feel the rise of your inhale. Feel the fall of your exhale. Noticing the quality of your breathing. Seek to lengthen and deepen your breath. Breathe in fully. Breathe out fully. Without causing any stress response in the body. Lengthening and deepening your breath. You can begin to awaken your body. Move fingers and toes, arms, and legs. Take your head to the left and the right. Take your time as you're ready. Bend your knees, feet to the mat, and then knees in towards chest. Help yourself to the right side of your body and pause. Take one full breath cycle there. And then using the strength of your hands, guide yourself back up into seated with your palms together at heart center. Thank you for joining me today. I know that it is difficult to do things like this at home when you're used to doing it with the accountability of a group. And so say to yourself silently today, well done for showing up on your mat. May you be peaceful. May you be happy. May you be at ease. Namaste. Good work. Good work. So again, please email or text me after class today, or let me know whenever's good for you, your experience, and if there's anything that you would want Brian to know as he is getting the rest of the coaches up and started on Zoom. And he did send an email out to all the members just a little bit before our class that tonight we're going to do a virtual hangout via Zoom. So you're welcome to join. This won't be a workout. It's just like a let's turn our videos on and see everybody that we're used to seeing at the gym and say hi. You're welcome to bring a cocktail if you'd like, but not required. And just a chance for the community to kind of get together. So if you're around at 7 o'clock, feel free to hop on Zoom. That link's in his email. And we'll be seeing you all really soon. I hope you have a great day. Take care.